Shelton and Stefani came together during the production of The Voice in 2014, and they went on to get married at Shelton's ranch in Oklahoma in 2021. Bouquet was the first song that Stefani claims she started writing after they were engaged. There are lyrics in the song that express the couple's love for one another, such as, "You give me everything that I wanted / I even got your last name." On his end, Shelton has penned songs that appear to be about Stefani, such as the collaboration between the two of them in 2020, Happy Anywhere. After a 7-year hiatus, Stefani released her album titled Bouquet. During an interview with Hoda and Jenna, she mentioned that Kelly Clarkson's example helped her realize that she could continue to make music while also becoming a mother. There is a reason for each of us. Being a wife and a mother is one of the goals that I have set for myself in this life. However, the only time I come to the realization that I am truly making a contribution to the world is when I am writing songs, Stefani stated. Over the course of the City Concert series, Stefani not only engaged in conversation, but also gave a live performance of Swallow My Tears and other songs. The soft rock style of the album was reflected in her attire, which consisted of a white cascading shirt, a leather fringe shawl, cut-off jean shorts, and knee-high brown boots. Following her performance, Stefani participated in an interview with .com, during which she discussed the album, her decades of experience as a performer, and of course, her husband. Were there any collaborations that stood out as particularly magical on the album Bouquet? Without a doubt, yeah. This record was a miracle, a particular treasure, and a fantastic experience. It is indeed a miracle that I was able to obtain these tunes. I was like, what is this? Once more, could I get more? There was one collaboration that came as a complete surprise, and that was when Blake Shelton appeared on a song that was titled Purple Irises. It was a really remarkable event since, as you probably already know, everyone wants him. The other significant collaboration in question was with a producer by the name of Scott Hendricks, who is more of a country producer. No, that is not a record for the country. There is a record by Gwen. As you've progressed through your musical journey, how have your dreams changed? You want it more and more and more the longer I get to be a part of the world and try to achieve the purpose, my mission, of composing songs. You want it more and more and more, because it must be coming to an end very soon. It must be like that. It is difficult to stop after you have found that love, and once you have the opportunity to share your life with other people. In a sense, the dream simply continues growing larger, and the thankfulness just keeps growing more and more as well. In the movie directed by Pharrell, what was it like to see oneself portrayed as a Lego? Having the experience of seeing myself as a Lego object is something that I never imagined or anticipated would occur in my life. Although there were a number of things that took place that I didn't anticipate happening, there was absolutely something that took me by surprise. It is my pleasure, Pharrell. My dreams could never be so big. She recently delivered a surprise that got fans buzzing. She revealed her favorite season of the long-running singing competition, The Voice. Gwen Stefani, who is recognized for her distinctive flair, contagious laugh, and inexhaustible passion for mentoring new talent, is a beloved coach on The Voice. Throughout the years, Stefani has been a witness to a multitude of performances that have left her speechless, heated rivalries, and heartbreaking moments. But there is one season that stands out above the others. A stroll down the way of memories. As part of an interview that was broadcast on The Voice, Behind the Music, Gwen sat down with Carson Daly, the host of the show, to reflect on her time spent on the show. While Carson was asking her, "Out of all the seasons you've coached, is there one that stands out to you as having a special place in your heart?" she beamed with pride. In response, Gwen stated without any hesitation, "Season 19. Not even close. It was a mystical experience." Fans who have been following the program closely will remember Season 19 as an iconic season for a variety of reasons. This event featured Gwen's fourth time serving as a coach, her first victory as a mentor, and the debut of Carter Rubin, who would go on to become one of the most memorable winners of The Voice. What is the reason for Season 19? Gwen provided an explanation for her profound connection to the season by focusing on the relationships she maintained, the difficulties she had while filming during the pandemic, and the one-of-a-kind spirit that she experienced as a result of directing a group of outstanding artists during such an extraordinary moment. The 19th season was a memorable one because it was such a unique experience for each and every one of us, she explained. We were attempting to create an atmosphere in which the artists could feel supported and inspired while simultaneously managing the pandemic and filming without a live audience. For all of us, it compelled us to explore deeper. In Gwen's eyes, Carter Ruben stood out not only because of his remarkable voice, but also because of the connection that they had throughout the course of the season. Gwen remarked that Carter brought back memories of the reasons why she had fallen in love with music in the first place. Despite the fact that he was so young and so innocent, his voice carried a great deal of feeling and depth. The connection between Carter Ruben and Carter Ruben, a 15-year-old dynamo, was a fan favorite from the minute he auditioned with his interpretation of Lewis Capaldi's Before You Go. His performance helped him become a fan favorite. Gwen was so enthralled by the unfiltered feeling in his voice that she almost immediately turned her chair around. As Gwen reflected on the experience, she said, "I knew from the moment I heard him that he was something special. Nevertheless, what I did not anticipate was the extent to which he would motivate me as a coach. His influence inspired me to strive for excellence, not only for him but for all of my artists as well." The caring approach that Gwen took stood out over the entire season. During their time together, she worked extensively with Carter, assisting him in developing his self-assurance and stage presence, while simultaneously encouraging him to take risks. The heartfelt performance of You Make It Feel Like Christmas that they gave during the season's conclusion was a highlight of the season and a testimonial to the incredible partnership that they currently share. A season filled with obstacles. The 19th season was not without its challenges. Due to the fact that there was no live audience present, the candidates had to rely largely on their coaches for both emotional support and validation. The additional strain, as Gwen conceded, caused her to become more emotionally invested than she had ever been until now. According to what she had to say, "I felt as though I had to be the audience, the cheerleader, and the coach all simultaneously. There were times when it was exhausting, but it also made me respect the tenacity and passion that these artists have toward their work. Despite the fact that the circumstances were not perfect, they dedicated everything they had to the cause. Relationships that will last a lifetime." In addition, Gwen said that the 17th season helped her to develop her ties with her colleagues' coaches. A one-of-a-kind dynamic was added to the presentation by the fact that Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Blake Shelton, who is now her husband, were all included on the panel. Gwen laughed as she explained, "Blake and I were still dating at the time, and there was this fun, competitive energy between us. It was a lot of fun. However, more than that, I had the impression that we were all cheering for each other in a manner that was very remarkable. There was a great deal of respect between the two parties. Over and beyond the coaching, there was a sense of brotherhood. During the course of their adventures, Gwen and her team frequently became closer through the exchange of stories, the creation of music, and open chats. At the conclusion of the season, she expressed that it had the impression that all of us were a part of a large, peculiar, and amazing family. This is the moment of triumph." Not surprisingly, Gwen's favorite moment from season 19 was when Carter Ruben was announced as the winner of the competition. It was a victory that would go down in history for Gwen, as it was her first victory as a coach and an accomplishment that solidified her reputation as a mentor who could cultivate youthful talent. "I just lost it when they called Carter's name," Gwen admitted. "I couldn't control myself. Not only was it a time that filled me with immense pride, but it was also a moment that filled him with immense pride. Because he put forth so much effort, he was deserving of every single piece of that praise." Introspection regarding her travels. Gwen commended the voice with rekindling her passion for music and performance as she was reflecting on her journey as a coach following the show's conclusion. "It was this event that brought back memories of the reasons why I began singing in the first place," she remarked. "It's not just about the big stages or the awards. It's about connecting with people, telling stories, and making someone feel something," said the performer. The 19th season was the one that encompassed all of these aspects for Gwen. This was a season that was replete with unfiltered talent, genuine friendships, and performances that will live long in the memory. Fan reactions. The disclosure that Gwen made prompted people to take to social media in order to share their own personal recollections of season 19. In a tweet, one user stated, "Gwen, season 19 was truly at her peak. She contributed a great deal of her heart and soul to the performance." The victory of Carter Ruben was legendary, but Gwen's journey as a coach during that season was equally as motivating, according to another person's writing. Even Carter Ruben took the time to share his thoughts by writing a touching note on Instagram. "The 19th season was the turning point in my life, and I owe a great deal of that to Gwen. When I didn't believe in myself, she was the one who came to my rescue. Forever and ever thankful." Where does Gwen go from here? The lessons and memories that Gwen learned during season 19 of The Voice are being taken with her as she prepares to compete in the next season of the show. She stated, "Even though each season is unique, I always make an effort to bring the same level of enthusiasm. On the other hand, you never know what kind of magic will take place." Those who are fans of The Voice will find that Gwen's thoughts on season 19 serve as a reminder of the reasons they fell in love with the show in the first place. Not only is it a competition, but it is also a celebration of music, mentoring, and the tremendous power that comes from connecting with others. As long as Gwen Stefani is in charge of the program, its heart and soul will continue to be as dynamic as they have always been.